Everything is temporary.
It's over.
My wife and I were moving on.
Pleasure to meet you, Your Majesty.
Why Harry and Meghan might be heading back to the UK, and what it really means.
Harry has confirmed that, hey, I want to go back, and he can spin it like just for a little bit. He wants to go back. We know he longs to have his life back because he sees the direction that Meghan is taking his California life into. He wants nothing to do with it.
They left royalty for Hollywood, but now everything's crashing. Meghan Markle and Prince Harry may just be on their way back to the United Kingdom, a kingdom they abandoned for the limelight.
The decision that I have made for my wife and I to step back is not one I made lightly. There was so many months of talks, of so many years of challenges. And I know I haven't always gotten it right, but as far as this goes, there really was no other option.
She is literally plotting to return to the United Kingdom, a country that she has decried as racist, a country where as a result of her treatment of the late Queen Elizabeth II and Prince Philip, she is despised, she will be booed. She's not at threat, by the way, in terms of her safety, but reputationally, absolutely.
Now their light has dimmed, and the only way to get that light back is to run back to the place they couldn't wait to escape.
Now the Duke and Duchess of Sussex have signed a multi-year deal to produce films and series for Netflix, no less.
Since December, Prince Harry's popularity has sunk 48 points, while Meghan's has dropped by 40. Their Netflix deals are stalling. Their podcast empire collapsed.
Everything is temporary.
It's over. Harry and Meghan's estimated $25 million podcast deal canceled after less than a year.
My wife and I were moving on.
Their celebrity status is fading. What if their only remaining asset is their royal past? Here's the real reason Harry and Meghan might be heading back to Britain. The Great Escape. What they said versus what happened. When Harry and Meghan left the royal family in 2020, Harry claimed it was their choice and that they wanted to live a normal life devoid of media visibility. In other words, they wanted privacy. But they did the opposite. Immediately after leaving the royal family, they went ahead to sign major deals with Netflix, Spotify, and Penguin Books.
Now the Duke and Duchess of Sussex have signed a multi-year deal to produce films and series for Netflix, no less.
They abandoned royalty to become Hollywood celebrities, but before they could blink, reality hit hard. Their Netflix projects underperformed spectacularly. With Love, Meghan didn't even crack the top 1,000 streaming shows. Their cooking show became such a huge blunder that Netflix executives could not help but blame themselves for approving it. Spotify shut down Meghan's podcast deal after just one season. If fame doesn't work, what's left? The money crunch. Why Hollywood hasn't saved them.
Everything career-wise is over for her. It's collapsed.
For them, no successful commercial venture has materialized, and the frustration is setting in. Netflix paused With Love, Meghan with no season 3 planned. Their original lucrative Netflix contract was not renewed in full. Now they only have a first look deal, which means far less guaranteed money and far less creative control. The media deals they signed were supposed to be their golden ticket, but they've turned into fool's gold. Even speaking gigs and appearances are now paid necessities and not a choice. Harry now reportedly has a price list before going out to speak. He is charging for appearance. He has become a rent apprentice.
They won't confirm it, but a source in the industry says this sort of thing is likely 6 figures plus expenses is what Harry is getting.
Harry is not doing all these things because of who he is anymore. He needs the funds for survival. Everything Harry does now must be a money-generating machine, and the chaos doesn't stop there. They just rehired a Hollywood publicist after 11 PR professionals quit. 11! That's not staff turnover, that's a crisis. With Hollywood cooling, there's one place where their titles still matter. The UK, from exit to potential return. Latest royal updates show Meghan could be open to a UK visit under the right conditions. Royal commentators say any return must be highly curated. She will be booed. She's not at threat, by the way, in terms of her safety, but reputationally, absolutely. Harry is planning or expected back in the UK, not with Meghan currently, but for legal matters. Harry was in London recently, attending a high-profile court case and is expected on UK soil again soon. Just look at him in London, going from door to door looking for mates. The prince has been caught on camera knocking on wrong doors as he searched for a mate's house in London. You can see unhappiness written all over his face. But Harry still thinks that the only thing that could make him happy right now is returning to the UK, where he was once a revered and respected prince.
Harry has confirmed that, hey, I want to go back, and he can spin it like just for a little bit he wants to go back. We know he longs to have his life back because he sees the direction that Meghan is taking his California life into. He wants nothing to do with it, but he is trying to get back what he has always, I think, longed for. And this was the first sign that he has broken from his life in California to try to get back his UK life.
Harry and Meghan think that the UK remains the only place where their titles still carry a little weight. That is the only thing they currently have. They can only commercialize their titles to make money for survival. The Sussexes have made a lot of money off their titles, given the fact that they have a Netflix documentary and they had an interview with Oprah, and now Harry's book, Spare. They're very aware that this wouldn't have happened if they weren't members of the royal family and they didn't have these titles. The security battle, the real stakes.
What do you say to those who ask why the UK taxpayer should pay for police security? You have your own private security.
Their return to the UK is tied to the taxpayer-funded security case. Harry lost his security appeal in 2025, making it impossible to bring Meghan and the kids without protection. The aim of this return is to pressure the British government into granting their request for security. Harry feels their physical presence in the UK would do a lot to help their case, as they have been seeking this security ever since leaving the royal family. But recent reviews may swing back to granting armed police security. The planned trip comes as the US-based couple are set to hear the result of their taxpayer-funded security review. And of course, when it came to the taxpayer-funded security review, it wasn't all as it seemed. This was Harry and Meghan trying to bounce the British government into giving them this security. But from what it seems, they are likely to lose this case because taxpayers' money cannot be used to fund security for non-working royals. Winning this security battle would be huge for their plans. It means cheaper travel and broader UK presence. It means easier appearances and more media coverage. If security is approved, what will the public reaction be? Public opinion and royal family reactions. The UK isn't waiting with open arms. Reports show mixed to hostile UK sentiments towards Meghan and Harry. They prefer controversy because it boosts visibility. Even when they are booed, they celebrate it. During the Queen's Jubilee, they were booed. And recently at the Dodgers game, Meghan appeared pleased by the reaction. Instead of feeling embarrassed, she clung to Harry, who looked visibly tired and frustrated. The look on Prince Harry's face when it registers that they're being booed, you could tell that really affects him. Prince William and Kate reportedly brace for their possible return. This arrival may force the royal family to prepare defensively. They do not know what these two nuisances intend to do in the UK. It has triggered increased crisis management and public relations strategy on the royal side. The royal family is being extremely careful about any comments regarding Harry and Meghan's return. Experts say Meghan will only visit under controlled conditions. That may be one of the reasons their titles could be stripped, if not now, then in the near future. I think the understanding is that when William becomes monarch, they will be formally stripped of their HRE, and I'm sure Prince William has a lot of support for that from the public. Absolutely. So this isn't just about money, it's about relevance, image, and legacy. The strategic motivation behind the return. This arrival is not for the good of anyone else, it is for their own survival. They are out of cash and relevance, so they must leverage this visit. If Meghan and Harry return with security, media coverage skyrockets, and visibility equals revenue. Currently, no new business pipeline has progressed. Everything has crashed so badly that Harry had no choice but to solicit a voiceover role for Meghan from Bob Iger during the Lion King premiere they attended. It was an awkward request, but Harry had to do it because things had gotten to his neck. Harry's legal battles and public criticism of UK tabloids reinforce ongoing tension. Being in the UK represents familiarity, identity, and relevance for Harry. While being in California, he lacks all of these and doesn't even know what to do. The overweight of everything is resting on Harry. He feels the pressure whenever he is at home with his narcissistic wife, Meghan. There is no peace around him. Some briefings suggest that Harry is happiest when he is on the road and not at home. This indicates unhappiness with his current life in California, because out on the road he's not with Meghan Markle, he's not with the children. So those close to him are even acknowledging in a puff piece he's not happy in the Montecito mansion, which has become a prison to him that he desperately tries to escape. Meghan and Harry want to reclaim narrative control and boost their relevance globally. Their UK presence would compel media attention and keep them in public discourse at least for some time, thereby increasing their publicity and relevance. They have tried everything and it failed. The last and only remaining option is to return to the United Kingdom so they can survive at least for now. You also have Spotify deal is dead. We have a lot of other deals that have died, and the money is not flowing in for them. So basically, everything they have to do now has to be paid, because otherwise they're not going to make any money. So is this a comeback or a last stand? This move back to the UK basically, or this attempted move back to the UK, is an acknowledgement of failure. A failure of their relationship, a failure of their plans, a failure of basically every aspect of their life in many ways. And so the only way they can salvage something is maybe by re-establishing themselves as royals. Harry's return to the royal family is an indirect admission that leaving the royal system failed. This is the life he has known all his life, and living outside it has taken a serious toll on him. The only way for Harry to regain his sanity is to return, re-establish proximity to the monarchy, and restore his status. Are Harry and Meghan coming back because they failed, or because they're recalibrating? What are your thoughts about their return to the United Kingdom? Should they be welcomed or chased back to California?